On our new house, we chose more of a darker color, kind of stepped out of the box, not as safe of a color as we normally would have maybe chosen, but we did some really nice cedar posts on the outside as well. And we, after looking at the front, we decided that we wanted to also add some cedar shutters. So we decided to save a little money and do them ourselves.
All right, so we got some 1x6 and some 1x4 rough cut cedar to make our own shutters. We've ordered some things, they're like big button looking things. I guess they call them clavos. I didn't know what they called them, but anyway, we're gonna use those to make it look decorative. So we also got some black shutter hinges. We'll leave the link in the descriptions below. And right now we're gonna go check, there's a dog. Hear that? It's like a dog, sounds like he's maybe stuck in, I don't know, maybe he's just in somebody's yard whining. Either way, we're gonna go check it out, make sure he's okay. The first step is to determine what length you want your shutters to be. And the way our windows are designed here, the way they've done the siding, we actually have a casing that goes around the entire outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna measure from the inside of the top casing to the inside of the bottom casing, and I'm gonna subtract 1 inch. The hinges that we have will mount on the casing. So I want them to actually be within the tolerances that it fits within this. So we're gonna do 78 3/4 minus 1 inch, which will be 77 3/4. What we're gonna do with the 1x6s is I'm going to cut the factory edge off each one of these just to make sure that it's completely square. Then we're going to stack 3 up and cut them to size. So now what we're going to do is we're going to measure the distance that we need our cross pieces to be. So I'm going to use a paint stick as a spacer just to create a space in between the 3 boards that we're putting together. So I'm going to put those in there, kind of squeeze it together, get a measurement, which is 16.5. Now I can cut my cross pieces. I'm going to do it in 1x4 and 1x6 just to see which ones I like best. On these side strips, I'm going to take off the factory edge on this big long one I have. Then what I've done is I've set my stopper at 16.5 so I can keep running them through. I would also recommend having a sharp blade on your saw. It's pretty bad when your saw struggles to cut through cedar. But this is all rough cut stuff, so it's not that important. I'm going to take this one, I'm going to double check it. So now that we've got these cut, now we get to decide whether we want to use a fatter or a skinnier board, whether we want to do 2 on the shutter or do 3, and do we want to do a skinnier one in between or vice versa or anything like that. So now that's where the taste piece of it comes in. You have to determine what's going to look best in the application that you have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 11 inches in from the end, because when I laid it out that just kind of looked nice. And what I'm going to do now is I'm putting him, I've actually flipped the boards over. I want the rough side out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my board up underneath here, and then I'm going to get it squared up to 11 inches. I'm going to put my spacers in, and then I'm going to staple it from behind because I don't want to see any staples from the front. So I'm going to do that for both sides. What I have done is flipped everything upside down. I've put my spacers in. I've put my board crossbeam in and measured that it is 11 inches in on each of these. That is flush with the edges. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it with a staple gun, and I'm using a 1 1/4 inch staple with my 18 gauge stapler. I'm double checking, make sure it's shooting staples good. It is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it in 3 places. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite end. Now I've got it relatively in the right place, but what I need to do is make sure that it's flush on the ends first here. Okay, so and this one's not, so I'm going to make sure it's flush this way first. So now what I've done is I've tacked each one in one time. So now I'm going to grab a hold of this thing, take it up and kind of stick it up there and make sure that I actually even like it. Because if I don't, I only have one staple in there. I can easily pull it back out, and then I can kind of hand hold in my centerpiece if I want a third, just to get the idea of really what I'm looking for, because I know what I want to see, or I'll know what I want when I see it. Let's say that. Or should I say, the boss will know what she wants when she sees it. So I guess what that's going to do is kind of do it like that.
Yeah, that looks so good. Oh my gosh.
We really like the way that the two look. So now I'm just going to staple in each board a lot more so that it'll be secure.
The next step in the process is to stain the shutters, and we are using a Super Deck oil-based stain. We are using the Cedar Tone Natural, which gives a really pretty color and will match our current posts on our house.
So the clavos came, and we ordered these again from Amazon, and they're pretty cool. They're 2 inches. We ordered the 2-inch ones. They're like big giant push pins, and you can actually put them, we thought about putting them 3 on the top and then 3 on the bottom. And they do look really cool if this is a cool look, but we actually have decided that we like it better without those. So we're actually gonna return those, which is one nice thing about Amazon. If you get it and then you find it and it's not what you really wanted, you can return it. But we are going to do it without those. It is now time to go ahead and install the shutters on the house.
We purchased some brackets for our shutters that we made off of Amazon, and what we wanted to do was have something that would go back and forth but also look decorative. So what we decided to do, there's a couple ways you can do these brackets. You could do them underneath and then have them going in like this, or you can do them on the outside. What we opted to do is actually flip them around. So this is typically the back side, but what we're going to do is put one of these on the bottom of this cross member here, and then one down here that will be on the top. And we did that because we want the black to show, because it kind of matches our anchors that hold the posts in as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure, and we're going to get these set up where they need to be on the windows. First thing I'm going to do is actually put the brackets onto the existing shutters here. So I'm going to put in my first screw to kind of hold it into place. Then what I'm going to do is, once I have these brackets on, measure the distance between them to make sure that when I measure on the wall that it's going to line up correctly and actually slide onto the pieces that it needs to slide onto. And when I go to mount the brackets onto the siding, I'm actually going to use some screws that I have left over called Rock-On screws. They're actually for Hardie backer board, and since that's Hardie siding, they will actually go through without pre-drilling. You can usually get a screw to go through the Hardie board, but it's a royal pain. So we've determined that the measurement from the inside of the trim is down 15 3/8. And it's hard to see with my sunglasses on. 182 8/3. And then over from the window, the inside of the window, 1.5 inches. So that's where we're gonna put the bottom of this bracket. We're going to line it up right there, and again I'm going to use those rock screws, but I went ahead and pre-painted the heads because they were green so that I won't have to touch them up later. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a measurement 49 1/4 from the bottom of this bracket to the top of the next bracket. now we're simply going to slide the shutters onto the brackets. This piece is designed to hold your shutter. You can do it different places. I want to do it down on the bottom. Well, my wife wants it down on the bottom like this, diagonal. So with the parts that they supplied, it doesn't really work that way. So what I did is I took a nut and spray painted it black. Took my rock screws, painted those black, and a washer as well. So what I'm going to try to do, if I can get in here and get a straight shot at it, is I'm going to try to put this where it's just on the diagonal end of this. So basically about halfway, I'm going to screw this bolt in about halfway here so that it holds this piece on. And then what I'm going to do is bring up the larger part. Ooh, it's got a crack in it, so we're going to back that one up just a touch. I'm going to use that like that. And now that's going to hold the shutter. All right, the shutters turned out really good. Everything went very smoothly. It's quite an easy installation. We're going to link all the stuff that we use down in the description below, but look at the difference. For a very small amount of money, we really changed, everybody's texting us right now. We really changed the appearance of the front of the house. It looked good before, but now it looks great. Remember, doing things yourself allows you to save money. It allows you to be free. See you in the next project.